Hi everyone, this is Anna, one of your consumer technology specialists at Mid-Continent Public Library. Today we are going to talk about where and how to find copyright-free images. These are images that you may want to use if you are creating a website, a blog, or any type of creative project where images are needed. Maybe you just don't have the funds, or maybe you are looking to complete your project entirely for free. These are going to be the resources to find those free images. One thing that we do need to talk about when we talk about copyright-free images are what it means for an image to be copyrighted or in the public domain. So the Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines copyright as the exclusive legal right to reproduce, publish, sell, or distribute the matter and form of something, such as a literary, musical, or artistic work. Public domain, on the other hand, is defined by Merriam-Webster as the realm embracing property rights belonging to the community at large, are unprotected by a copyright or patent, and are subject to appropriation by anyone. So what this means is that public domain images have either a copyright that is expired and now they're free for common use, or the owner or artist has chosen to make them available to people freely without any copyright restrictions. So that is just one thing to consider when you're getting ready to start a project and when you are collecting copyright-free images. One thing you want to consider is what you're actually planning to do with those images. Are you just wanting to download them and use them for personal use? Maybe as the background of your computer or something like that? Are you planning to modify the image in any way? Are you planning to use it for personal use or for commercial use? These are all things you want to consider before you even start looking for images. If you're going to use the image on a self-made website, but you're trying to use this website to make money, either by selling ads or selling a product on your site, you're going to want to choose images that have a different classification or license for the image than you would if you were just going to use the image for a background. There are different licenses available for images, and even copyright-free images don't all have the same license. So that is something you really want to consider. How we can figure out what these licenses mean, the first thing that we are going to do today is go to the Creative Commons website because it provides a lot of information on this topic. So we're going to start there. Creative Commons has been around for about 20 years, and it has definitely gained a reputation for being a place to find the information about copyright and different available licenses. In addition to all the information it provides, you can also start searching for images right from this website. There's a search for images with the little magnifying glass icon up at the top of this page, kind of in the middle. We will look at that in a minute, but first we're going to look at where you can get all the information about Creative Commons and its licenses. We're going to navigate to where it says what we do in the orange menu at the top towards the right side and click on that. This page is going to give us information about the Creative Commons being a nonprofit and details about their mission. They're trying to provide knowledge and resources for people. And next, if we click where it says Creative Commons licenses in that first bullet point, it would jump to that page, or we can follow any of these links. We're actually going to first take a look at the FAQ page. You may see questions that you yourself have on this page. We're going to look about halfway down where it says General License Information, and we're going to go ahead and click on that link. Let's note here where it says Creative Commons licenses may be applied to any type of work, including educational resources, music, photographs, databases, among other things. It's not just for images that fall under these licenses. They can be applied to a lot of different things. So that's just one thing to note. Back on the What We Do page, we're going to click this first option on the right side menu that says About Creative Commons Licenses, CC licenses for short. And this gives you not only what to look for on a website, but also what the icon means. Creative Commons uses icons to denote what license is applied to a work so that it's easy to identify. This first one, we have the picture of the little CC that we now know means Creative Commons. So we know right away that it has one of their licenses. And next to that, there's a little person and the word by underneath. This denotes that the creator needs to be credited somewhere for use of that image. And we can see just to the right of that, there's a more detailed explanation about what the icon means. So they've given us most of the information we need. So if we find an image with this icon, we can automatically know that we can not only download and distribute this image for personal or commercial use, we can also modify or edit the image. Maybe we want to change the coloring of the image or crop it in some way. That's okay with this license. The only caveat to that is that we do need to make sure we give credit to the original creator, and that information should be available in the record where we found the image and the Creative Commons icons. So if you don't see that information, you may want to question whether the image is really owned or licensed by the person posting it and whether or not it's really a copyright-free or a public domain image. There are many other licenses. This page shows us 6. And we're not going to go through them all, but they do have varying levels of permissions to distribute and edit the work depending on which license is assigned to it. So take some time and get an understanding of what these are before you start looking at images. When we're ready to look for some images, we can do that right from the Creative Commons website. Clicking on that Search for Creative Commons Images link at the very top sends us to a website called Openverse, and that website states that all of their content falls under a Creative Commons license or the public domain. In our search bar, we can go ahead and search, and we can also tell the site if we want images only or just to leave it on the default to get all possible results. It looks like maybe they've just added an audio filter, so they're still testing it, which is why it says beta there. But we're going to go ahead and type computer into the search bar. What I'm looking for is an image that I can use for technology handouts. So I can see right away that I have gotten both audio and image results. So if I click see all image results, I'm automatically switched over to that filter. There are also other filters that I can apply to my search. So in the top right area, we can click where it says filters, and we can actually filter by type of license. So if you don't remember specifically what each icon means, you can click the little question mark next to the icon and it will give you a quick summary of that license. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that we want to use it commercially. So we can click all 3 of these licenses and they do apply automatically to the search results once we click on them. And so the search results do change. The resources on this site are interesting because they can range from personal images that people have allowed to be added to the site or put on the site themselves. There are also some that look more professional. So if we scroll down here, this computer keyboard looks like a stock photo. This is more what you might expect to find on a stock image website, but because this is Creative Commons and we're just looking for things that would be in the public domain, any of these images images would work. We're getting a little bit of everything here. So if I want more information, I just click on the picture, and then on the side, it gives me the creator's username, and then I can click that to get more information or go directly to the original source. It also does show me what I can do with the license that it falls under. So this license is one that can be used as long as I credit the creator. If I click on that information, it just gives me a little bit more information about the actual photo. So dimensions, what the file type is, that sort of thing. I can do a couple things from here. I can click on one of these tags to see the search results that have a similar tag but maybe aren't exactly the same results as my original search. I can also go to the original website that the image was posted on. So we can see the same photo, and if we scroll down a little bit, we do get the information again, the username of the creator. We can also see how many people have viewed it or liked it. If we click on where it says some rights reserved, it takes us back to the Creative Commons website to give us specific information about which copyright license the photo falls under. So for this one, we can share it, we can adapt it. What you need to do in order to use the image, again, is credit the creator. That is how you legally use the image. You should also provide a link to the license if you can and indicate if any changes were made. You can edit or manipulate the image, but you do need to note that when you're also crediting the creator. There are no other restrictions for this specific image. It's nice that it gives you that information in a pretty straightforward manner. Another website we can look at is called StockSnap. So we'll just type that in our address bar. And one of the reasons why I wanted to highlight this one is because, as you can see right under the heading, it says that these photos are all free from copyright restrictions, and we can click on that to get more information. So what I want to highlight here is that it does say that every single image on the StockSnap website falls under the terms of the Creative Commons 0 license. And if we click on that, it again takes us back to Creative Commons, and we can see right away that this license means that there is no copyright on any image on this website. If I click on the little camera icon, it will take me back to the home page, and then I can search for a photo, or I can just go ahead and hit where it says technology under the search bar. I can go ahead and hit that technology tag, and the results page tells me how many images on the site have that tag and show up in the results. One important thing that I do want to note is that a lot of these websites will have some sponsored results that are third-party or paid-for results. So on this first image here, we can see on the top left corner, there's a little star in a yellow triangle on the corner of the image, and it does say sponsored when you hover over it. If I go to the next image and hover over it, same thing. All of the images on this website that have that little yellow triangle, those are going to be the ones that do cost money. So you're going to have to scroll down a little bit to get past those to the truly free results. So like, for example, on the left here, we still have a sponsored image, and then in the middle we have an ad, and then on the right side, the image of the camera is actually one of the website images. So that is where our search results actually start. And if we scroll down, none of these other images have that little mark on the corner. So that's pretty typical with any of these sites, and they will either have sponsorship or advertising for paid resources like Shutterstock. Shutterstock is a pretty well-known resource that offers paid licenses for images. So you do need to really be on the lookout for these indicators so that you don't accidentally fall in love with an image that ends up being something that you would have to pay for. So here we are looking at laptops, and you can see there's a different variety, but as far as the quality, they look more professional than what we saw on our last website. Again, I did specifically choose all of the websites because they were fairly easy to find the copyright information, because you do want to make sure that you're abiding by those laws. So these sites are just options to get you started. There are many others that you could use. These are just a great place to start.
That's it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure you let us know. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook on our MCPL 360 page. We have new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. And if you missed the live event, you can also find all of our videos on our YouTube channel. You can find all of our technology videos there on our consumer technology playlist. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.